Welcome to the pre-race interviews for the next competition in Ski Classics Season 14. The interviews will be streamed live on YouTube. On Saturday, we will have the 10 years anniversary for Engadin La Diagonela. First, we welcome Ramun Ratti, President of Engadin La Diagonela, and David Nilsson, CEO of Ski Classics. So, what are your feelings with a couple of days to go?
Yeah, for us, it's just amazing to come here to Engadin Valley. It's definitely one of the most beautiful places in the winter world. So being here, and it's actually really sunny outside, and seeing that, you can't be anything but lucky and happy.
Yeah, welcome, David. It's our pleasure to have you here from the 10th year anniversary of La Diagonela. We are very much looking forward for it, and I think we are ready. As you mentioned, at the moment the sun is shining, and that's how it should be. And yeah, the course is ready. Unfortunately, we had to do some small adjustments on the later starts, where we were not able, due to the snow conditions, to go through, but the rest of the track is in perfect conditions, and I'm sure we can offer the athletes the best possible infrastructure to have a fantastic race. So we actually had to shorten the course for about 5Ks. So now we are speaking at roughly 50Ks for Saturday for the race.
Yeah, and for our side in Ski Classics, for coming to Engadin Valley, it's a privilege, and as I said, and I remember when we started the first time, it's now a 10 years anniversary for La Diagonela, and the first year, actually Ramun, as the president, called me in December and asked, how do we become part of the Ski Classics? And I said, yeah, let's make a plan over 3 years' time, and we find a way to build a new race. And so, unfortunately, that year was a bad, almost like this winter, it was a bad winter, where Jizerska was at that time held in January. Impossible to organize because of there was actually totally green. So 1 week before, so I called Ramun and said, is it possible, Ramun, to actually create a race within 1 week instead of 3 years? And of course, we did a lot of work together and work in different groups and see possibilities. But the final conclusion after quite short time was, yes, it's possible. And that was the start of Diagonela. So we moved the whole TV production and the athletes, etc. All the teams moved, turned their team buses in a different direction and ended up here in Engadin for the first time. And since then, we don't want to leave again.
Yeah, that was a very special moment when you called and you said, let's go. And yeah, we took over the project, and I think, yeah, we never regret to take it over. And since then, we made a lot of experience, and yes, so a lot of great adventures as well. And I think we're very proud that we got to 10 years, and we are very honored also with the collaboration with Ski Classics, which we appreciate very much. Thank you, David, and your team for everything.
And with that said, we would like to hand over to Anton Karlsson, our sport director, to show us the course we have on Saturday. So thank you, Ramon, and then good luck, Anton, showing the course.
Thank you both. And I must say, I'm happy to be back here in Engadin. It feels amazing. Today we have a 10 out of 10, I would say, in weather in terms of conditions. So I feel pretty sure that we will have a super race this weekend. Let's go through the map. So as you know, from now on and starting from last year, I think we are starting in Pontresina. We have a quite easy part down to the first sprint in Samedan. So here is very tactical for all the pro teams getting their sprinters up there. It's some narrow parts and some very wide parts. So we expect a bunch sprint down there with lots of action, making sure everything it's on its way for the rest. And then, as you see, we're not going over in the mountains to Leidastas. We have to cut a little bit there, going up into Valrosek, coming back to Pontresina, and then we're entering close to the Samedan airport, where we have the second sprint called Leida Gravacha. Also a very fair sprint. I expect a lot of action there. And then we have a somewhat breathing down towards Sots, if you can recover a little bit. And then the hard last 10K starts with lots of up and downs. And yeah, quite hard. It's much harder than it looks on the profile there. And then when entering back to Sots, we have, of course, this last hill up into the finish in the middle of the city square down in Sots. Amazing finish for a race, and we're very much looking forward to it. So this is what the racetrack looks this weekend. Over to you again, Morten.
And maybe before we can ask also, is there any questions to Anton about the sport from anyone? No question. Then Morten, good luck with the rest.
Thank you, Ramun, David, and Anton. And in the next hour, we will meet 8 of the favorites for Saturday's race, and we start with Emilie Fleten, Team Ramudden. Hello, how are you?
Hello, thank you. I'm good, thanks.
You started the season very good. You've been third, fourth, third, and second in the first 4 races. What do you say about your start?
The start has been good, but I think it's I have a lot to improve for the next races. So I feel motivated and ready to try to be better. But it has been a good start for sure. And last weekend was good with the 3rd and 2nd place, but I'm aiming for more.
And what do you want to improve?
Everything. Like, I just want to be a better skier and be able to win races. So I have to improve a lot of things, but I think feel like I'm getting there. So we'll see how this weekend will be, but I'm excited for what's to come for sure.
Last weekend was a tough one with 92 kilometers of competing. How has the days afterwards been focusing for the next weekend?
Yeah, that was a super hard weekend, especially the Saturday. I haven't been that tired since Vasaloppet last year. I was really, really tired. And the Sunday as well was tough with all the uphill. So I have been just resting and try to get my energy back, and yeah, just been with my team and try to get some positive energy in. So yeah, that's been my main focus for the last days.
Do we have any questions from the audience to Emilie? Anders, SVT, please.
Hello, Emilie.
Hello.
You gave some different impressions this last weekend. On Saturday, you seemed, as you said, a little bit tired, but then you were really strong on the Sunday. Were you surprised that you were that strong on Sunday after the Saturday?
I was surprised I wasn't stronger on Saturday. I have felt good, and I know that I'm good at uphill, so I was more surprised that I wasn't, or the Saturday was good, but I had hoped that I would try to or be able to keep up with Ida for longer. I had to let her go quite early, I think. But I was tired on Sunday as well, but I don't know. Maybe I was just more focused, and I really wanted to prove to myself that I was good enough to keep up the whole way. So yeah, I don't know, a little bit disappointed about Saturday, but happy about Sunday. So yeah.
What are your thoughts about Saturday? Why it didn't work as you had hoped? Was it something that you should have done otherwise, or was it just not the perfect day?
I was feeling good, but I also felt that I didn't have like the speed in my body. I had to. I lost the gap just before the sprint, the sprint in Toblach Stadium. So a little bit surprised about that, but I didn't feel like at my best that day. But yeah, I think my shape is good, so I was satisfied being third. I think it was a really hard race, and both Anniken and Ida were really strong, so I wasn't just strong enough to beat them. But yeah, that was a hard one.
Thank you.
Ine from Langren is next up.
Hello, Emilie.
Hello.
Last year you came third at La Diagonela. Do you have an opinion of what you should do to take another victory this year?
Yeah, last year I didn't compete because I had COVID, but the year before that I was third. And that was, I think, my first time. It was my second podium. But I really like this course here, and I like the altitude, so we'll see. But I have some really strong competitors in, especially Ida and Astrid, and Jenny has been outstanding here before, and Anniken is really good. So I think it's going to be a tough race. Hopefully my energy is back on Saturday and I feel good, and I will try to do my best. It's a really boring answer, but hopefully I'm feeling strong, and hopefully I learned something from the last weekend. So I would just try to improve things and be stronger, and hopefully beat them all at the end.
Yes, you saw that it's actually possible to beat Ida Dahl on Sunday. Do that strengthen your belief to a strong victory during the season?
Yeah, absolutely. But like, Ida has been really strong in the beginning of the season, but I have beaten Ida before, so Astrid is the one I haven't beat, I think. So I need to just maybe I have to think about Astrid and my. I really want to beat her, so maybe that's gonna be my success of winning my first victory.
Thank you.
Leandro, Pro X Skiing.
Hello, Emilie.
Hello.
Hey. Earlier in the season, you mentioned Lina Koskren as a big mentor to you, and her shared knowledge seems to be working. Can you tell us some of the insights she gave to you?
That's a lot of things. I think I just told Lina that earlier today, that her helping me with like everything is technique, it's tactic, it's a lot of things, how I think, where my focus should be, and yeah, it's just all these things, and we talk about them like not every day but often, and I think her being there supporting me and helping me and guiding me, it's super important for me, because I think I will gain confidence in that, and just knowing that I have her in my team, that I ask her for the advice, and it means a lot. So yeah.
Good, thank you.
Thank you very much, Emilie, and good luck for the race on Saturday.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye. And next up is Ida Dahl. Hello, Ida. How are you?
Hello, I'm just good.
You had another great weekend in ski classics last weekend, especially Pustertale ski marathon. What do you say about the race, and was the tactic to leave the others behind that early in the race?
No, it was definitely not my tactics. The week before felt really, really bad. So my thought was to just stay really calm until the climb and maybe try to do something there. But then I felt quite early into the race that it felt good. And when I tried to push in some uphills, the other girls did not follow. So then I thought, why not just go for it? And so I just tried.
Were you surprised of the feeling in your body after the week that you had before?
Yeah, really surprised, I would say. So it was a good surprise.
And about Sunday, then you were third, about a minute behind Astrid and Emilie. What do you think about that race, the the Prato Piazza Mountain Challenge?
It was a really tough one. So but they were really strong. So this time they beat me.
This upcoming weekend, we have Engadin La Diagonela. Last year, you did a really impressive race and won with about 2 minutes. What do you remember the most about that one?
I remember I was quite stressed, actually. I was maybe not so confident in like going by myself at that time. So when we had like 10-15 Ks left to SOS, I remember I felt quite stressed about the other girls behind me, but I managed good, and so just good feelings for now.
Questions from the audience to Ida. Anders, SVT, please.
Hello, Ida.
Hello.
You looked really, really strong on Saturday and not that strong on Sunday. Is it the total program you have been through, you think, or was it something else on Sunday? I heard something about that you maybe wasn't 100% lucky of your skis or something. What's your, if you try to explain a little bit further?
We really missed on the skis on Sunday. So, but we have worked really hard together as a team to try to figure out what went wrong, and we have found a solution, and hopefully we won't do that miss again.
Okay, can you tell us something more, or is it enough with that?
I think it's enough with that.
What have you been doing after the weekend? Have you just been resting or skiing? What have you been doing?
I have done some easy training and just an extra rest day and take it easy, try to recover. It's 2 really hard races, so I think it's important to really, really recover after a weekend like this.
Yeah, and you also have had a very tough program the last month. Is it catching up on you, or you think that you can handle this and go further on?
It feels quite okay, so hopefully I can manage. But you never know until like when you look back. So, but so far it feels good.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Do we have other questions for Ida? Ine, please.
Hello, Ida.
Hello.
Last year you won La Diagonela. How did the race suit you? And are you worried about Astrid and Emilie who didn't compete last year?
Yeah, I like the course and I like it here. It's really beautiful. Yeah, I mean, of course, it's a new race and they have shown to be really strong. So, of course, you have to watch out for everyone. So I think it's going to be really tough.
Do you have a tactic before the race, or do you take it as it comes?
Yeah, you always put up like some different kind of scenarios that could happen, and usually nothing of that happens. But so you also have to be open for like everything and really be there in the race and open for what could happen.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have other questions? What do you consider to be the most crucial or decisive part of the course?
I would say, I mean, it's on quite high altitude, and yeah, now the course is not so tough as it usually is, but it often shows like the last 10Ks that it's a really tough race. So I think like maybe the last 10Ks is the most like important and where things really start to happen.
Next week, it's time for the first Grand Classics, Marcia Longa. Are you in the spot and shape where you want to be at this part of the season?
Yeah, I would say it has gone really good, and yeah, even though like last week felt really bad, Mattias Räck and I managed to turn it around, so I feel very secure about him and the plan we have, so it feels good.
Have you done any changes in training due to the feeling you had last week?
Yeah, of course, I've been taking it much easier than maybe was the original plan, and like maybe different intervals and stuff, so yeah.
Great. Do we have any other questions? If not, we say thank you to Ida, and we wait some minutes, and then it's Astrid's turn.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, Ida.
I am ready when you are.
I'm also ready, so we can start. So, how are you, Astrid?
I'm good. I'm in Ponte Resina. Had a long ski in the sun today, so that's perfect.
So, a couple of days ago, you took your first victory of this ski classic season when you won Prato Piazza Mountain Challenge. What are your thoughts about that race now, a couple of days afterwards?
Yeah, it was a tough race. Luckily for me, the other girls had skied 60 kilometers the day before, and I didn't feel fully recovered after Tour de Ski, but I think it was just barely enough to take the victory.
You didn't ski, as you said, on Saturday. Was it a tough decision to skip one race this weekend? And what was the reason you choose to go the Prato Piazza Mountain Challenge?
Of course, it's a tough decision when you know everybody else is racing and you really want to race. But then I have been feeling really tired after Tour de Ski, and I thought if this should be a good season and a long one, then I had to take some tough decisions now to be in my best shape later. So the Prato it's a favorite race. I think it's a cool race and it's a tough race and it fits me well. So I wanted to try to win it. I haven't won it before, and I thought it was advantage that the rest had skied the day before, so it was a bigger chance for winning than racing the 60K with a tired body.
Was the feeling in your body as you hoped for before the race, or did you feel anything of the Tour de Ski even on Sunday?
Yeah, or it was kind of as expected. I still feel tired and a little bit off, but yeah, it was better than I could hope for, kind of. And then I think I really need to recover now before the next race, because it's been a tough couple of weeks.
Can you please turn on the camera as well, Astrid? I forgot that. Sorry.
Yeah, I can try. I think the internet is all on and off, but it works. There.
Great, perfect. So, do we have any questions to Astrid from the audience? Anders, SVT, please.
Hello, Astrid.
Hello.
What was your feeling in the last hill on Sunday's race? You did a lot of the hardest work in front. Were you secure that you were the strongest, or how was your feeling in that hill?
Well, going into the hill, I didn't feel really strong, but then in the hill, I just wanted to set the pace and decide how fast we're going, because I think it's sometime when you're a little bit tired, it's easier to set the pace than to have to follow someone else. So that was kind of the tactics that I wanted to just see how fast I could go and do a steady pace. And then when I saw the rest of the group were falling a little bit behind, then I could just keep on in the same pace. And I had to, it's risky because you know the ones in your back are maybe doing it a little bit more easier than you, but then at the same time I think that was the right thing to do for me in such a long hill. I've been trying Elisabeth up, and that's I know that I can have a high pace for quite a long time in uphill. So I just had to trust that I was that good.
Yeah. And when did you start thinking that this was the day that you're gonna win? Was it in the hill, or was it when you came up on the flat?
Well, when I saw Ida was falling a little bit behind there, I thought, oh, maybe I'm stronger than I feel. And then I knew it would be really tough against Emilie there at the finish. So I wasn't secure before I crossed the line, because I saw she was in good shape and followed me pretty easy up there. So I was quite afraid that she would have an extra gear there on top.
Okay. Regarding the future then, have you decided what to do regarding the championships and the ski classics, or are you still somewhere in between, or how was your thoughts of the coming month?
Yeah, I'm kind of still riding 2 horses until the next week, because I'll do the World Cups there in Le Rousse, and then we'll see if I'm good enough for the World Champs. I'll definitely go for the World Champs.
Okay. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Other questions to Astrid? Ine Langren, please.
Hello, Astrid.
Hi.
You did not participate during the last La Diagonela because of COVID, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think about the chances and the preparation this year?
I think my chances are high. I don't like the new course. I like the part over to St. Moritz. It makes it a tougher race, but the finish is quite hard, and I think my chances are as good as any time. And then we'll see with skis and how fresh the other girls are.
Yes, and your sister Silja, she was doing last year. What do you think of her chances?
I think last year she came here and was 4th without really training double pulling at all. So normally she would be one of the candidates for a podium, but then she has been really sick in COVID now for 2 weeks, and she barely started training. So I think maybe Diagonela is a little bit too early for her. So I think she just needs to use this race to get in good shape for Marcia Longa.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions to Astrid? If you're going Le Rousse in the World Cup, what does it mean for you going Marcia Longa?
It means that I had to take a tough choice not to race Marcia Longa, and that it sucks a little bit, because it's one of the races I really want to win, and it's one of the biggest races we do. But then on the other hand, it's not a lot of chances doing a world championship during a career. So I feel like I just have to go for it, kind of, and do a walkover for someone else in Marcialonga this year, and maybe take it back some other year.
When did you take that decision, and was it a tough one?
Of course, it was a tough one. It's based on that I race pretty fast in the Tour de Ski and feel that my chances are high enough to take the chance. And then yeah, so that's basically it. I didn't take it before racing Tour de Ski because I wanted to see how fast I am and how good my shape is, and then it was pretty good, and I wanted to see my chances.
You won Engadin La Diagonela 2020. What do you remember from that race, and does it mean any extra self-confidence starting this weekend?
Well, that was one of the greatest day in my career, I think, because both I was winning, Chris was winning, Stian got the yellow bid. This was a really good day for the whole team. So if we can do something like that this year, I would think would be really happy.
Yesterday, your team Aker Daehlie published a post from the gym when you were doing some strength training sessions. How much strength training do you do during race season? And is it hard to find the perfect mix between skiing and strength training and other kind of trainings?
Yeah, of course. You get tired from racing, and then you want to maintain your strength, but then you can't do it you don't want to do it too close to a competition. And for me now, it was actually almost 2 months ago, so I felt like I really needed to push some strength to feel stronger, because I've been feeling a little bit weak doing the double pulling the last races.
Is it hard to find, when you're doing both traditional and the longer races, is it hard to find the optimal way of training for you?
Yeah, and it's more racing and such too, so it's not only doing the different techniques, but I also have to prepare for shorter races and more races, and it's tough, but if it turns out well, it's worth it, and if it's not, it was kind of worth a try. So yeah, it's difficult. I don't know if I found the right balance myself either, so we'll just have to wait and see if I'm doing it right or if I have to change something.
So do we have any last questions to Astrid from the audience? No. There we have another one. Anders, SVT, please.
Yeah. Is it up to you now if you want to go to the championship, or do you have to make results also in Lerus? If you can't answer, I understand that, but I really would like to hear you.
Yeah, I still have to do a very good competition in Lerus, because we have a lot of strong women in Norway, and I think the shape as closest to the championships as possible are really important. So I know I have to do a really good race in Lerus to be sure that I'll race in the World Champs. Yeah.
And if you will go, is it the 30K that you are aiming for, or is it other things in the program?
Well, that would be my main goal, because I think my chances are highest there. But then I'll also, if I get the chance in other races, I'll try. But I think for me, the biggest chance is the 30K. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. So thank you very much, Astrid. Good luck for Saturday's race.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And next up is Kati Roivas.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Can you please turn on the camera?
Yes.
Hello, Kati Roivas from the team Naeringsbanken, Stora Enso. You have been starting the season very good. Top 10 in all 4 individual races. You were 8 to 9 in the competition before Christmas, and last weekend 6th in both Pustertal Ski Marathon and Prato Piazza Mountain Challenge. And that was your best performances in Ski Classics so far. So what do you say about the start of the season?
Yeah, I'm very happy with the last weekend's races. Before Christmas, I felt like the shape was good, but maybe I wasn't sharp enough yet. So I'm definitely more satisfied with the last weekend than the races before Christmas.
And what was it that you did that good last weekend? Was it just about shape, or did you do anything different since the last competition?
I mean, of course, like I didn't do any racing before Pätkästein, so I usually need some races to feel strong. I think that's definitely one thing.
Okay, yeah. Have you made any changes in training getting into this season to have this development?
Yeah, of course. I have a different coach this year because I switched the team. So then we have been focusing on a lot of different things and doing more block training, and it seems to work well. Of course, there is still a lot to improve, but it's been working well so far.
Last year you had your best performance in Ski Classics, at least looking into the result list in La Diagonela when you were 8th. What do you remember from that race?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I really like the profile. Of course, this year it's a little different. So, but I like to ski in altitude and I like the profile. So I hope it will be good this year too. Hopefully not too cold, because I also have very bad experiences from here.
Yeah, can you tell short about it if you like, of course?
Yeah, not going too much into details, but 2 years ago I got very bad frostbite on the race, so I have to be mindful when taking the decision whether race or not, if it will be very cold.
Okay. Do we have any questions to Kati? Leandro from Pro XC Skiing, please.
Hey, Kati.
So,
You had 2 tough races last weekend. How have you been recovering and preparing for La Diagonela?
yeah, I was actually quite tired already after Saturday, but actually I felt almost better on Sunday's race, even I was tired after first race, and but now I have been needing some easier days, so I have been just doing some easy skiing and a rest day also.
And what's your top positions last weekend mean to you now? What's your next goals?
Well, it's nice to see, of course, the top 3 girls are still on another level, but it's nice to see that I can follow some strong girls and try to fight for the better positions. So I think it's realistic to expect to make a top 5 when everything goes well. And that's my goal for the season.
Okay, and as we know, you changed teams for this season. What's different now from before? Just training or your coach, or something related to structure and philosophy of training also?
Of course, a lot of little things are different. One thing that was different in the training camps was that we were actually doing like intervals together and with the guys also, and I think that's really helped me to push hard, and the training camps were also really intense, so I think that created a good structure around my own training at home, so I felt that was very beneficial.
Okay, thank you, Kati. Good luck on Saturday.
Do we have other questions to Kati? Anders, SVT, please.
Hello, Kati.
So,
Can you please tell us a little bit more about you, where you live, and your training philosophy, and something that could be interesting for the viewers in Sweden?
sure. So I actually live in France, in the Alps right now, in Chamonix. And before I became a long distance skier, I spent 4 years in the US studying and skiing there. Yeah, I don't know what else should I say.
That's good, thank you.
Ine from Langren.
Hello, Kati. You are now part of the Norwegian team, Team Naeringsbanken. Why do you choose this Norwegian team?
Well, I really wanted to see how is the training culture and the overall structure in Norway. I mean, Norway is one of the biggest ski nations overall. So I was very interested to see how the things work in Norway.
Mm. How much time do you spend in Norway this season?
I have been there, I attended training camp almost every month in the summer, so I was there about 1 to 2 weeks per month.
Okay.
And now I think I spend some time there also between the races once we go to Scandinavia.
Okay. You don't want to move to Norway or France?
Not right now.
Thank you.
Last weekend was a tough one with 92 kilometers of competing. How was the days afterwards been for you?
Yeah, I was very, very tired on Sunday after the races, so I had a rest day on Monday, and now I have been just doing some easy skiing to recover and be ready for Saturday.
And what do you consider as the crucial or decisive part of the course on Saturday?
So now it's a little different from last year, but I think if there are not big differences before the last 10K, it's gonna be decisive, I think.
Okay, and for the rest of the season, is there any races that you have special goals for, more focus on, or something like that?
Not exactly. Of course, it would be nice to do well on the current classics, but there is not really a one race above another at the moment.
Okay, if you look into the top 10 of the fight for the yellow bib, you are 6th there and Una Kekkonen is 9th. But the first Finnish man is on position 24. It's Juuso Mäkelä. Do you have any explanation of that? Is the male skiers from Finland mainly focusing on traditional skiing, or do you have any other explanation for that?
Not really. You should ask them, maybe. But I know Juuso has been focusing on ski classics on his training this year, so hopefully he will get stronger and closer to the top.
Okay, great. So any last questions to that? No, if not, then good luck on Saturday then. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
And next up is Emil Persson, Lager 157 ski team. Hello, Emil, are you there?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm good.
Very good. Very good. Great. So another impressive weekend, 2 new victories, now 5 wins in a row in ski classics. What do you say about it?
Yeah, that's quite good. I'm really happy with that. Didn't expect that when the season started, but yeah, so really good start of this year too.
Yeah, you said quite good. I think it's maybe better than quite good.
Okay, it's really good.
Great. I mean, if we look at the races from besides that we do, it looks like, I mean, you go with that big confidence and you're so calm. Do you feel that as well, skiing?
Yeah, I felt that like from the first races in Badgerstein and Venosta, I felt the body is good and the shape is good, and I felt strong. So I come to Toblach with a good confidence, and so I just like ski the races really relaxed, and had like I really enjoyed to be in the competition and be there. So that means a lot to me.
If you look back for the last season and getting into this season, which part have you, I mean, improved most?
My uphill skiing, I focused a lot of this summer, so I developed a lot there. So I'm really proud that I managed to do so good here in Prato Piazza. So.
And you're also in top in the climbing competition. Is that a goal to keep that during the whole season?
I think the yellow jersey will come first, but of course I want to be up in the top on the climb bib also. So we'll see how the winter develops. So, but I I will fight for some points, I think, in every races.
Perfect. So questions to Emil. Anders Blomqvist, SVT, please.
Hello, Emil.
Hello.
You've been really impressive all this season with all kinds of skiing, as you mentioned. Improving in your uphill skiing, is it also strength, and is it technique, and is it also VO2 max, or what's your explanation that you have taken that step from last year?
Yeah, I think a lot of VO2 max, not a lot, but a little bit VO2 max and some strength is the reasons. I think I haven't worked that much on the technique in the uphills, but so I would say VO2 and the strength training.
One other thing that at least have impressed me a lot is that you seem to be so calm and confident during the races. You don't get stressed up when things happen, and you don't go that hard on sprints or climbs, but you are where you're supposed to be. Is it another step for you, or is it like it has been the seasons before as you think it?
I think it's had a lot to do with the shape and like how my body and how I feel. If I feel good and the shape is really good, I stand to often race really calm and don't do anything stupid during the race, like breaking in pose and stuff like that. So it's comes hand to hand with the shape, I think.
Yeah. One last question. How do you think about being in this shape, which is so impressive? Are you going to ride this form curve out, or are you trying to break it down and get another one later in the season? How do you think about that?
I will hopefully ride it out this January, and then after the Marcialonga, I will go home and start focusing on Vasaloppet. So hopefully get a second form curve there in the ending of the season.
Thank you, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Ine from Langren.
Hi, Emil.
Hello.
Last year you come 9th in La Diagonela. What do you need to change this year to take another victory?
I have to be stronger and have like the shape must be better. I think I showed that I'm stronger this year, and I felt my body is much better. These days before Diagonela, I feel like that I so much better now than I did last year before Diagonela, and I think we need to have better skis. We didn't have the best skis last year, so that's two things we need to improve as a team. So with that too, I think I can be up there.
So you think this race also suits you?
Yeah, I like the race. It's a beautiful race. It's a nice course. It has a lot of things happening with quite hectic start, and the middle part there's quite like cool and slow, and just do some kilometers. Then it's very hectic the last 10K with a lot of uphills and downhills and so on. So I like the race.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maria from SVT.
Hi everyone. Actually, my main question has already been asked, but I would kindly ask the organizers and Morten if it would be okay with an answer in Swedish from Emil, so we can use it in our broadcast. Would that be okay?
Absolutely, inga problem.
Thank you very much, and thank you to everyone else participating. Emil, kan du sätta ord på känslan att nu gå in med den här säsongstarten? Det är en historisk stark säsongstart, och vad den betyder då inför La Diagonela?
Ja, det betyder ju mycket, absolut. Det är ju så jäkla härligt och skönt att få ha den här starten på säsongen, och att man får leda gula tröjan så pass stort, och det ger ett väldigt stort lugn inför framförallt La Diagonela nu som är nästa tävling, och även utöver januari skulle jag säga att men jag vet vart jag är. Jag vet liksom, jag behöver inte jaga någonting, och det är väl otroligt skönt. Jag minns som förra året, då var jag inte alls bra form i januari, men och så då var det liksom man är så vilsen, man jagar så mycket, man vet inte vart man ska, men nu vet man liksom vart man är i bra slag, och det skapar ett väldigt bra lugn i kroppen och i huvudet. Så.
Tusen tack. Thank you very much and good luck, Emil.
Tack.
Do we have other questions to Emil? Otherwise, what do you consider will be the crucial and decisive parts of the course?
Yeah, it's shown that you have to have a lot of power the last kilometers from the last kilometers here in La Diagonela. The attitudes really kills the skiers here. It's not the toughest course, but the attitude makes it hard, and just to have a lot of power the last kilometers and be up there, then you manage to be up in the front there, I think.
And how has the days since the last weekends competing been? Have you been training as you'd like, or
yeah, I felt really good. I trained every day since Plato Piazza, so I managed to do my plan and train a lot this day. So I'm looking forward to the coming weekend.
And last question, next weekend it's time for the first Grand Classics, Marcialonga. Are you where you want to be form-wise getting into this part of the season? I guess the reason is yes, but you can say it at least.
yeah, I'm pleased with my form and where I am right now, up for the upcoming races. And as I said before, it's really calm to have a good form. You don't have to stress and look for the form or anything like that. You tend to do stupid thing in training if you just want to train and be better, but it's not always the answer. So that's really really good.
Great. Thank you very much, Emil, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And next we have Amund Riege of Team Ramudden. Are you there, Amund?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You had a strong start of the season with a fourth position last Saturday in Pustertal Ski Marathon, and you were also 9th in Bad Gastein and 19th in the other two races. What do you say about the start?
Yeah, it's been a great start. I'm very happy with how I performed both before Christmas and now last weekend, and have had a good shape. And yeah, it's always some things you can change. And yeah, overall I'm happy, but like on Sunday's race, I'm not that satisfied with how my body was. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next races. So my shape is good, and yeah, it's been a great start.
You and your teammate in Team Ramudden, Herman Paus, both have 455 points and in the top of the youth competition. How much prestige are they between you?
Yeah, of course it's cool that we are at an equal amount of points, and yeah, we just want to help each other to yeah, do well in the races. And I think that we have different strengths, and some races may suit him better than me, and some races might suit me better. So I think that we'll just try to help each other, and the strongest one will get the bib. And for us, it's most about being in front of all the others. It's hard competition in the youth this year. So yeah, our goal is to stay in number 1 and number 2.
But you will go in pink on Saturday. What does that mean to you?
It's been great to have the youth bib so far this season, and first and foremost to just be staying in the front in the start, and it's a little bit less chaotic. So yeah, it's nice to do it one more time this weekend. So looking forward to it.
Great. Questions to Amund? Anders, SVT.
Hello, Amund.
Hello.
You have improved a lot from last year, not only 1 step, maybe 2 or 3. What's your explanation of that?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. I think it's a combination of several things. I've done a little bit more training overall, 1 year older, and I've been a part of a really strong team with strong teammates and a great service team. So I think it's like it's many factors that's made me better. And yeah, I didn't expect it to be that good development this year. So yeah, I'm really happy that I've been doing so well this year.
What, besides that you are 1 year older and had trained more, which I understand is really important, but is it the training load, or is it some technique that you have changed, or is it strength, or is it just a combination of all, you think?
Yeah, first and foremost, I think it's the combination of all. And yeah, I've tried to improve my technique, and yeah, a bit heavier training load, and also more double poling. So it's more yeah, more training on like yeah, longer sessions with intervals. And yeah, so I think it's maybe, yeah, of course it's a combination, but it's been more like, yeah, like it's more specific training, actually. I think so.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Ine from Langren.
Hi, Amund.
Hello.
With 4 tough races in 3 weeks now, how do you prepare these days behind the races to feel fresh in the competition?
Yeah, like now in the Christmas time, I try to train a lot of with high volume, low intensity, to just try to build a base so I can have a good shape for many weeks, and now I feel like I'm in very good shape. So now between the races, the next weeks will just be mostly easy training with maybe one harder session to just keep the body going. So I done that today actually. It's easier when you have a good shape. So it's not about ruining it and just keep the good feeling.
Do you evaluate your chances in the different ways, or do you go all in all of them?
I feel like at least when I'm in good shape, it's many races that can suit me well. So right now I'm just focusing on next race, and I'll take one at a time. But for sure there are some races that might suit me better than other, and some races I haven't even done yet. So it will be exciting, but I'll just try to keep a good training, but not too much, and hopefully I can have a good shape for the next weeks as well.
Which race do suit you, like you said, do you think?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I like this weekend's race in La Diagonela I haven't done before, so I'm looking forward to it, and it might suit me well. So that's like what I'm focusing on now. I think that like for me, Vasaloppet is maybe the biggest race for the season, so I hope that can suit me well as well. But right now I'm just focusing on the next race.
Thank you.
Jakob Hård from SVT.
Hi, Amund.
Hello.
We have seen during the last seasons that many younger skiers are developing very much in the Team Ramudden environment. Could you tell us a little bit of what you do and how you look at that?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, we have a solid team with a great group of people, and we have different strengths and very good leadership. And Lina has been one of the best skiers. So I learn very much from them, and I think that's one of the most important aspects. We just try to have fun and do good training, and support each other and help each other. So I feel like I've developed a lot this year, and it's definitely a part of it is because I'm part of Team Ramudden.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have other questions for Amund? I mean, you're 22 years old and one of the young athletes focusing on ski classics. Do you think that it will be more common for younger athletes to focus on the longer races earlier than before?
Yeah, I think so. When we see now that there are several young skiers that are focusing on long distance skiing, and for me it's like, as a Norwegian skier, it's hard to get in the World Cup circuit as a young skier. It's so many good senior skiers in Norway. So this is long distance skiing is a chance to go or to perform at races that are it's nice races, and it's challenging, and it's a high level. And I think several young skiers will focus on it the next years. I hope so, at least.
And last question. This is, as we said before, your first season in Team Ramudden. Which are the biggest changes in your training compared to the last seasons?
It's like on the training camps we have it's mainly double poling and long sessions with intervals, and I think that's maybe the biggest change, that I have more focus on just double poling. I try to do some other trainings as well, but at least on the training camps and now in the winter time between the races, it's mainly double poling, and I think that's what most people in the ski classic circuit do. So I will say that that's the biggest change this year.
Great. Thank you very much, and good luck on Saturday's race.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Next up is Oskar Kardin. Hello, Oskar.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Very good. You did your first competitions of Ski Classics season last weekend, and you did a really impressive start with being 5th in Pustertala Ski Marathon and 8th in Prato Piazza Mountain Challenge. What do you think about it?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think it was a good result, and the body felt good. So yeah, I'm happy with the results. You always want to win, but it was a good start, and I'm satisfied how the body was feeling.
You traveled home from Bad Gastein without competing. This after an unpleasant feeling during in your body during an interval session. Do you want to talk about what happened?
Yeah, it was I was struggling a little bit, and yeah, I was traveling home, and yeah, tried to figure out what was the problem. So yeah, I think nothing was a problem. So everything is fine now, I think.
And how was the period when you couldn't train and waiting for an answer? What the fault was, even though if there wasn't a fault?
It wasn't a long period because when it's the heart, you get yeah, they look at you very fast in the hospital. So they see if it's any problem. So yeah, it wasn't a long period without training. But after that, I got sick, and yeah, I had fever and was sick until Christmas. But after that, it has been good training.
About the Engadin La Diagonela, you had really good results there before. You won 2021, and you've been top 6 4 times, if I counted right. Why does that race suit you so well?
Yeah, it has suited me before, but now it's like 1 hour shorter. So I don't know how it will suit me now, but I think the finish will suit me pretty well. But I think it will be a really good and big group into the last 10K now. It's because it's only 47 kilometers and a little bit easier than before. So I think it will be 40-50 guys into the last 10K, and often it has been like 10 or 15 guys. So it's a different race from before.
Does that mean anything special for the tactics from your side?
Yeah, for sure. It will make it's I think it's really hard to do something before the last 10K because it's so easy this time and this version of La Diagonela.
Okay, so questions to Oskar. Anders from SVT.
Hey, Oskar.
Hey.
Congrats to really good performance last weekend.
Thanks.
When you were in the breakout on the Pustertal Marathon, you were 3 guys from Ragde, but you chose not to play your cards very offensive team-wise against, in first hand, Emil, but also maybe at Amund. Was that the choice that you made before? Was it during the last 10K that you felt that it wasn't possible, or how did you discuss that?
We have discussed it a lot because it wasn't so good when none of us won the race, because we were 3 against 2 or 3 against 1 and 1. So that wasn't the best, but we tried to have a good cooperation because the others were hunting us from behind and they were so close. So even at the Torblach Stadium with 6 kilometers ago, when we watched behind our backs, we saw a whole crew of Aker Daehlie coming from behind. So yeah, it was only in the last kilometers we maybe could have done something different.
You did try once, but maybe that was too short, or what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, maybe it was too short, but it's also really it's like a lot of downhill in the final, so it's not so much to try to get away in. So yeah, I think it was hard, but we could have done it better, and yeah, try to let someone from our team go. But that place where I did speed up a little bit was like the only uphill in the last 5Ks, so it was a little bit hard also.
You will get a new chance on Saturday, I think. With the team,
what was the
team
question?
tactics. You will get a new chance on Saturday with the team tactics for Ragde, you think?
Yeah, for sure. But I think the last 10K will be important. I think the first part will be, quite easy.
Thank you and good luck.
Thanks.
Other questions to Oskar? Hanna from Längd, please.
Hello. What's your goal for the season now after this late start or later start?
I will try to win races.
Good. How will you do that?
I don't know. It depends on a lot of things, like the shape and skis and tactics and everything. It's pretty complex, but I will do my best and I will try. So yeah, I got a new chance now on La Diagonela, and I think the finish suits me well. So yeah, we will see.
Thank you.
Other questions to Oskar? I mean, last weekend was a tough one with the 92 kilometers of competing. What have you done the days afterwards?
Yeah, but we're used to train a lot, so it's like an usual weekend. So I've only been training a lot this weekend and try to be in better shape for the upcoming races.
Great. And I mean, the next weekend it's Marcialonga, the first of the Grand Classics. Are you where you want to be getting into that part of the season?
I want to be in a good shape, and I think I'm in a good shape, but maybe you can be a little bit better. So I hope I will be better, but that's not always easy.
Next up here is your teammate Kasper Stadaas. Do you have any question for him?
No, I don't think so. Do you have?
Hopefully afterwards. So good luck for Saturday, Oskar.
Thanks.
And next up is Kasper. Hello, Kasper.
Hey.
Team Ragde Charge. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very good. You started this season good with 3 top 4 results so far. You were 4th, 3rd, and 23rd last Sunday. What do you say about the start of the season?
It's been pretty good. More than I expected. So I'm happy with the start, and hopefully I can build on this.
And now you're getting into the weekend as a reigning champion of Engadin La Diagonela. What are your strongest memories from the last year's race?
Probably crossing the finish line first and seeing Magnar and our waxers at the finish line. That was pretty good moment.
And when did you feel that you were going to win? Was it just 1 second before passing the line, or did you feel that during the race?
I was pretty sure on the last corner of this house, like a couple 100 meters before the finish line, thinking I had the chance to win there. But I felt good the whole race, but I hadn't won any races before that one, so I didn't know how you should feel trying to win a ski classics race. So.
And how did it feel afterwards then, when you are done it?
It felt pretty good. Not gonna lie. So keen on having that feeling again, for sure. Diagonela is a cool and special race with nice environment and good, usually good tracks and conditions. So keen on winning again.
The track looks a bit different for this year. What do you think will be the crucial part of the course this time?
I think it's going to be pretty much like last year, but for sure we're going to feel that it's 10K shorter. Usually that means more guys can be up there. But because of the snow last year, it was a lot of people going down from Potressina. So I think it's going to be pretty much the same. And then I think the strongest is going to win in the last 5K.
Great. So do we have any questions for Kasper? Anders from SVT, please.
Hello, Kasper.
Hi.
If I remember right, you were a little bit sick before Bad Gastein. Have you been healthy since that, or has you also been a little bit sick during the new year, or what's your history?
Nah, I came home for Christmas with this good plan of staying healthy and being like a crazy person with all this trying to take all precautions, but I didn't manage to stay healthy, so I was sick most of Christmas. So yeah, failed that one. So that was why I was very happy with Pussertaler and how the body felt. I haven't trained very much since 2022, so but I'm feeling good now, so maybe I need the rest, I don't know. But yeah, rocky
Okay.
preparations.
Regarding that, how's your plan now for upcoming races and the Grand Classics coming on? Are you in the training period now, or are you trying to milk every weekend out and get the results as you can, or what's your plan?
I have we could call it a master plan of being good on the big four this year, with Vasalopp being the #1 priority. I haven't had the easiest training season, so I kind of like modest expectations to the races leading up to, especially Marcialonga, Ciserska and Vasaloppet. So, but I mean, when I'm on the start line on every race, I'm racing for the win. So it kind of doesn't matter how your shape is. I'm gonna do my best and try to play my cards right. But hopefully, I have some more shape to build on the big races.
Yeah, I understand that you, when you're on the start line, wants to win, but you can also train a lot in the weekend, or you can you can handle it different. What's your plan doing that?
Well, I'm trying to train as much as I can at the moment, but back-to-back races really is tiring. So you need to also rest and recover from that. So, but I'm trying to keep the volume up and the momentum up on training all the way to Marcialonga.
Okay, thank you. One last question. You were in the perfect position, being that capacity sprinter as you are in Pustertal, but Emil was stronger that day. Did it surprise you, or what was your feeling in that sprint?
Thanks for reminding me. Well, Emil is incredibly strong at the moment, so I'm glad I could do a launch him in the last 100 meters there, but I'm not used to losing when I'm in the front 100 meters before the finish line, so that hurt a lot. But I went with all I had, and he was just better than me there, so I'm just gonna use that as motivation, and I'm keen on beating him one-on-one in a straight finish later this season for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have other questions for Kasper? Ine from Langren, please.
Hello, Kasper.
Hey.
Do you have an opinion how you can beat Emil Persson this Saturday or in the season?
Yeah, I have some plans. I think it's been difficult until now, but I think for sure he's also going to have ups and downs, and just try to be in position to take advantage of maybe him being not in his best, maybe, and hopefully I have some better shape leading up to this race and then next weekend. So I'm just going to try to do what I think is best. But for sure, try to use the team a little bit more. Try to put some pressure on him for sure. We need to do that. But I think we had some good a good start in Pusatala with 3 against 1, but maybe 4 against 1 will be the one that will crack him. I don't know. We'll see.
Guess that will be the tactic this Saturday. Have the whole team.
Yeah, we're gonna just go the whole team against him now. We'll see. But we have to do something. Try to be more aggressive, I think.
Thank you.
Do we have any final questions for Kasper? Otherwise, we have a last one here. Next week, it's time for the first Grand Classics with Marcialonga. Are you in the spot and shape where you want to be this part of the season?
Yeah, I think I'm en route for a good shape in Marcialonga. But you never know. But I think I'm en route. So hopefully I can build on the races now and on Diagonela and then be up there fighting up Cascata.
Great. So thank you very much, Kasper, and thank all of you for this session. And we look forward to this Saturday's race with Engadin La Diagonela 10 years anniversary. Thank you and goodbye.